guys, and welcome to Everybody Arts. My name is Mr. Matt, and today we're going to be doing some animation. I'm really excited about today. It's going to be really cool. We're going to be working with some software that I found. It's for iPad, Android, iPhone, pretty much anything you can possibly think of, Chromebook, and it's free, okay? You can pay for it, but I'm not using the paid version. I'm using a preview version. It's relatively cheap for what you get, but we have everything we need without any of the extra bells and whistles for free. And we get to use our cool camera stand that I made the other day and made a video for with you guys. You don't have to use this if you're using your computer, notebook, iPad, whatnot, even if you're using your phone. It's only if you don't have a tripod or don't have any other way of, holding your camera up in the air and recording footage. If you can't, if you haven't made one yet, try out a couple of different ways, putting it up on something and making sure it's relatively secure before messing around with it, because you don't want it moving around while you're shooting. That being said, if you need to, go ahead and make it. If you haven't yet, check out the video first, watch everything we're doing, and then, you're going to do, it's gonna be cool. And then try it out and see if you need one. And then if you do, go back and make the frame. One of the first things I learned in Animation 101 is you do not have to draw to animate. And it's true, and it's the coolest thing. You do not have to know how to draw to do this. And we're not drawing today, just so you know. There's no drawing. We're animating, no drawing. So this is gonna be fun, all right? I'm excited. Let's get started. And I have a stop motion animation app on my phone, which is right here. I'm gonna open it up. You wanna click on New Movie, okay? I'm gonna click on Dismiss. It shows you a bunch of information on this page. And actually, if you click on that button, the little question mark button, it shows you what all of these other buttons do, okay? Settings is very important. Settings you want to go into, we're going to leave this, the first thing on here, it looks like a speed dial, or a speedometer. Yes, a speedometer. I don't think you can even see my face right now. This first button looks like a speedometer. We're going to set this. There's an orange line on the top that doesn't move. We're going to make sure that the 12 is lined up with that orange line. And then playback, that just loops it after you're done so you can see it and it keeps going back to the beginning. That's fine. We're perfect with that, okay? So really all I need you to do here is change that speed to 12 frames a second. And we want to click on 4K and leave it on HD, okay? And then you hit done. The other thing, really the only other thing that you need to do is click on this camera right here. This line on the left side with a little dot on the top and an open circle in the middle of that line, that dot can slide up and down. You want that right in the middle between the box on the top and the open circle in the middle. That'll control like how transparent your onion skin is. I'll explain that in a second. The box on the top, if you click it, it'll change the number in the box between 1, 3, and 5. Leave that number on 1. That will tell you the number of layers of onion skin you're going to have when you're doing stop motion. What onion skinning is when you're doing stop motion is it lets you see through layers of photos, or like seeing through layers of an onion, how onions are transparent, the different layers of them. You'll be able to take a picture and see the last picture as you're setting up your next shot. You'll be able to see and move around things in front of the camera while you can see where your last shot was. And that helps you get really, really precise movements and things. It is so helpful when you're animating, especially like this, especially when you're just starting out. I never had that when I was doing it in school, and that's so great as far as stop motion goes. And it's going to help a lot when you're starting out. So that's why we're using this software, and that's why it's so awesome. That's why I love it. So that's what the onion skinning is. So set it to 1, leave the slider in the middle between the box on top and the circle on underneath it. And you don't have to use this frame. I think I mentioned that before. But if you are using the frame, we're going to use a rubber band to attach our camera in here. You want to make sure that your camera is hanging over the area that you're going to shoot. I'm going to put a rubber band over the back, slide my camera in, push that rubber band all the way across so that the camera is aiming down. Hold on a second. Set this down here and pull this across. Be gentle with our stand so we don't bend it or tear it in any way. The further over this goes, the better. Okay. Now, here we go. Now you can see it's taped on both sides. The feet are taped down to my construction paper. I have a very large piece of construction paper. I can't remember the dimensions, but and then hit done. Only my labels are upside down. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're good. This controls your camera settings. If you go over here and you click on auto, it will automatically change your shutter speed, your exposure, your focus, your ISO, all that stuff. Just right now, I think I'm going to click on manual because I did do a lot of settings just now. I'm going to leave them as they are, okay? That way you're going to get a lot less changing of the focus, and it's going to look a little more professional, I think. So I'm going to click on done. And then I'm going to adjust how my camera is in here. It doesn't really matter too much. Here's what I got to do now after I do this. Oh, another thing. Since your camera is going to be on, or your phone is going to be on the whole time, I have a plug, so I'm going to plug it in really quick. Keep that in mind when you're setting up. Because if you don't want your camera to run out. You definitely want your camera charged all the way before you start. Last thing I want to do is I'm going to check and see where there's where my pencil is. I'm going to find where my frame starts and ends. Okay, I can see my pencil here. And since I couldn't see it there, I'm going to draw a line right here. Not very easy to see, but if you look, yep, it's just a little bit up. I'm going to keep drawing lines and make sure that I'm not drawing inside of. Oh, that's good to know. Go here. Yeah. Okay. As you can see, like on the edge of this paper, that's really where my camera ends, and all of these lines that I drew, nothing is showing up here. So I'm perfect, okay? We're all set. I have my boundary, my shot boundary. So if I'm going to animate something and I want it to go off frame, I can take it and I slowly move it. And as soon as I know that as soon as it's here, if I move it over here, I can stop animating it. But I'm going to, for all intents and purposes, we're going to be using this light right here. And we're going to, this is the brightest light in the room right now. We're going to say that this is our main light. All right, guys. I put a piece of paper down here. I marked the edges so that if I move the piece of paper accidentally, I didn't want to tape it down. But I just, in case something happened and I moved it, I put like little registration marks. Can you see? I just kind of went fink, 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 so I can match the lines back up. Really easy. We're going to animate a penny right there. But not just in any random way. What we're going to do is, let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna show you a ball bounce, okay? And how we're gonna do this. This is why I put this piece of paper down, because I didn't want to draw on the background, because we're gonna do a bunch of stuff on this background, and I already taped our camera stand to it. So we're just gonna do. I'm gonna draw a curve. Okay. Usually when balls bounce, they don't bounce as high the second time or the third time or the fourth time. They start to slow down and the bounce doesn't stay as high. Okay. So when we come in, we're gonna bounce like it goes slow at the top and then it comes down. Oops, here we go. It goes down, hits, and then it goes up and not as high the second time, and then hits again and not as high the third time, and then again. Now when it's at the top, it's kind of a high arc. Hold on, I'll kind of bring that maybe here. It slows down at the top. Okay, so when it's slow, when in animation, when something is slow, we take a lot of pictures of it. When it goes fast, we only take a couple. So what we're gonna do is we're definitely going to want a shot up here of the penny, okay, at the very top of the arc when it bounces, and we're definitely going to want to take a shot of it when it's down here. I'm just marking where we're going to take shots, okay, and then we're definitely going to probably want one right in the middle as it's starting to go down, probably right. Yeah, we'll just kind of go right in the middle here, and right in the middle here. Go right in the middle here, right in the middle here. But at the top, we're gonna put one close on either side, okay? Here, here. Start moving them out a little bit. Here, 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 and boing. Boing, 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 boing. How many did I have there? One? Yeah, that's pretty good. So I have it kind of That's about how that went right there. And then it'll hit, boom. And then it'll go up. Yep, I was right about the middle here. Well, it's probably close to the middle. Now I'll tell you what, if this looks bad, we're going to do it again because it's easy. And I can change these marks if I want. And we're going to have it go up and then go and then get closer here and go and then a little bit further out, and then it's going to hit right there. Now let's see what we can do. There's there, and probably like right there it's going to come in. Okay, now this penny, let me see. Can you see when let me move this back. You're not going to see my hand up here. I'm going to have to move my camera. Oh, sorry about this. I want you to see my hand as I'm hitting this. Okay? Before we start, I'm going to take a bunch of pictures, okay? And start, let's see. Again, move this over here. I've got, everything looks like it's set up pretty well. I have this, let's see if you can see it over here. That's set to 1, right there. And then that's like right in between, okay? When I say it's in between, it's like right in between that 1 square and right in between that little circle. So it's kind of that, yeah, you'll see what I mean. So to shoot, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna put my penny down on the papers. Right here. On the arc that I made. Okay. I'm going to start with it right here. And I'm going to actually use my pencil that I use to draw the line to move it because it'll be a little easier. So my penny is not in the picture yet. So I'm going to take 6 to 8 pictures, okay, real quick. 1. I don't like that I don't have sound on it, so I'm going to turn it up. 1, 2. Okay, it says 9, or it says 10. That's fine. Now I'm going to move my penny up. He's still not in the frame. I thought he would be in the frame already. Should be in the frame. I must have moved my... Now he's in the frame. Now, I want to show you something. I'm going to take a picture. Now watch the penny when I move it. I moved the paper a little bit, but that's okay. See how that penny is like moving a little bit? When I move it down over here, there's a shadow of it. That's called onion skinning. That's what the onion skin is. If you can see it, I know the table's bouncing a little bit. I'm going to move that penny down to the next one, which is right under it. It's really kind of hard to see, but it's right there. Do you see the okay, here, hold on. This right here is the shadow of the one I just shot, and then underneath it is the one that I moved now. You can see right here where it was before. The ghost, the onion skin will be a little more obvious this time when I move it. Watch. See that? This is a huge help when you're animating. Humongous. Now there's a big jump when it hits the ground and goes up because it's got a lot of momentum, got a lot of energy. It's going to slow down pretty quick though. And it hits the bottom. Go bounce up real quick again. I'm going to mess this one up a little bit. If you look at the right side of the screen, you can see, if you watch it until the end, you can see the paper shift a little bit, and you can see where my pencil comes into the frame, and maybe the light moves. I think I had my original camera when I was filming my commentary. You could see like the shadow of that camera and the stand while I was moving it around. But otherwise, actually, it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. But I went back and I tried to redo it again today. So this is some more of the same animation, but with some changes. And I actually went and deleted some frames, and I'll show you how to do that too. So here's some of that commentary. with different animation. I'm going back and redoing this again because I was holding up the camera to shoot what I was doing with the camera on the stand, and I was getting my shadow in here a lot, and then I got the pencil in here. I'm going to start shooting, and this is going to be 24 frames per second, and then I will shoot on 12 frames per second, and we'll see which one looks good, okay? I messed up on that one because I couldn't see where the end line was, and I lost where I was. I think that'll still be okay, but we're just going to kind of cross our fingers and hope that now that that's off frame, I still have the penny over on the side, but you can't see it on my camera, and I'm going to... All right. I think I had a couple extra at the top over here. I could probably delete a line or two over here. I probably should, it looks like. All right, here's one thing I'm going to do really quick, and I don't like taking pictures of my phone and stuff because this is really ridiculous, but I'm going to show you how to edit, take some frames out of here. Because if you look at this, this is what I have before, and I'll show you one more time. Notice how that hangs right there? I didn't like that, and it bothered me. Now watch this. What I did was I went back in here and shot this. Now look at how smooth this is. Let me turn this around for you. You see how smooth it is now? Yeah, that's the exact same animation. What I did was I deleted 2 frames. That's all I did. I took out 2 frames. It was the exact same one with the really slow pop right there. I just had too many frames right at the top where they were too close to each other. So what I did was, and I'll do it again, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning where it shows me all of my pictures and things. This is the one, yeah, this is the one that I want to edit. So I'm going to go here, and then not choose camera, but just look at my frames down here, and I can slide through them and see where I want to edit. If you want, you can press your play button and watch them. If you see about where you want it to stop, you can press here and then glide through and see which individual frame you don't want. I don't want, how about we get rid of the frames that are empty? So you go to the frame that you want, you just touch it, and it's going to come up with this menu. And what I want to do is I don't want to copy and paste it, which you could do. I want to delete it, which is right here. So it's selected. I'm just going to click this delete button, and it's gone. And see, now my car is there. There was an empty frame here. There's one more. Nope. Empty frame is gone. That's just an empty frame at the end if I wanted to add something. It's waiting for me to add things. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to get rid of that last frame too because I don't like it. So one more time. Yeah, last frame, there's nothing in there. Last time, I can slide through all of my frames, and it'll even tell me what number it is. And I touch it, and that comes up. And if I want to delete it, I can click on delete. Now, if I want to go back and I didn't want to delete it, there's that reverse arrow. That means undo, okay? You can click on it, and it says undo delete frame, and I can go like that, and it's back. But I really don't want it. So I'm going to click on it again, and get rid of it. Well, we'll try it at 12s and see. Now. We're shooting on 12, so this is going to move slower. Before I was spinning the coin around, I actually could see it spinning a little bit. I'm gonna try to keep that going, okay? That one's much better. Yeah, it moves slower, but I didn't go exactly by the number. I just kind of, I just did it by feel, what I thought I felt would be right. I did this chart yesterday, and I wasn't too sure about it today when I was looking at it, but that feels right. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I think we gave you, or I gave you enough things to play with for a while on this. And then next time we'll do some Legos, and I'll show you how to make it so that it looks like Legos are jumping in the air. And animate some Lego heads. Maybe do some other fun stuff. We'll definitely do, I'll have to save the paper cutouts for next time. I think, yeah, I want to spend some time on that because that'll be fun. And that's it. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I hope you learned a few things and that you'll be able to use them and make your own cool movies. And I really hope somebody posts some stuff because I love those, and I really would love to see them. And I hope I inspired some of you. And yeah, stay tuned to the end of the video, and we'll check out some stuff for drawing for this Friday, some drawing ideas, and hopefully you can join us then and draw with us. And that's it. All right. Be good to each other. Take care, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.